gathering place for sinners, stomping ground for ain'ts. There's a few I call winners, but not a one I call sane. And I rarely miss come Sunday morning. Don't want my wife or mama have to tell me go. Not always that different, one week to the other. Men I barely know calling me son and brother. But my favorite part of the whole thing's the invitations offered while we stand and sing. While we stand, while we sing about the love of Jesus, the love he has for me. I'll let go of my pride and take up the cross. How holy are you rolling if you're gathering moss? Every time I get the chance, I will stand and sing. I just get so joyous for the kingdom come, but some get nervous when the sermon's done. All the squirming in the seats, slouching in the pews, Lord. But I can't wait for what is coming. Got my feet down on the floor. As we stand and as we sing about the love of Jesus, the love he has for me, I'll let go of my pride and take up the cross. How holy are you rolling if you're gathering moss? Every time I get the chance, I will stand and sing. So if you're subject to the gospel call, oh Lord, let the Spirit move you, you will not fall. Don't be so afraid of that Holy Ghost, 'cause Jesus is the friend you need the most. I can tell you that Jesus loves you and me, the Bible tells me so. Yes, Jesus helps us stand. We're not alone, not alone. Did something funky in that one.
Sounded like magic.
Abraham Lincoln.
Mainstream music, it's not all bad, of course. Not this year, not any year. But it can be a one-size-fits-all proposition in a world where one size definitely does not fit all. That is where the true independents come in. In the mainstream, you gotta go with the flow. Independent? You can explore any little side river you want. If you're up for the work, you can grab a shovel, dig your own little stream. Mainstream music is big business. You gotta go big if you're gonna keep that show on the road and make that next $1 million project. Independent? Hey, as long as you recoup that gas money and find a couch to crash on, the gig went well enough to play another one. Mainstream music is wildly competitive, cutthroat even. beefs, feuds, and competitions. Independent thrives on collaboration, friendship, camaraderie, brother and sisterhood. Independent music needs someone adventurous and creative. It needs someone resourceful and energetic. It needs someone kind and brotherly. Lucky for independent music, it got Ben Morris.
What you're looking at is a picture of Ben Morris. He was brought on this earth to us on one hot August day, and he was, I guess, the joy of our life at that time.
Our
Still
oldest
is,
son.
but our oldest son, correct, and he was a very literal child, still is. And you tell him things like, go pick up your room, and find out that he didn't do it because he'd say, well, I would, but I can't, it's too heavy.
Couldn't pick it up.
Right. And
when we were little, Ben, he used to always pretend to be somebody that he wasn't. He loved dressing up, and we would have like a house full of company, and he would come out and he would slip and fall repeatedly. But pretty soon he would usually have the whole room full of people just rolling in laughter. He's always liked to be the center of attention. He's always liked to be in the spotlight, and it comes by naturally because our dad's very much the same way. Truth be told, several of us are.
So you want a little funny story about my brother Ben Morris? He's always been one that liked to be the center of attention. He was always, when there was a crowd around, he'd, come out with underwear on his head or showing them how to karate chop or dressing up from time to time. It's hard to say what Ben was going to do when there was a crowd around because he wanted to be the center of attention. But what people don't realize is that Ben didn't even need to be the center of attention. He was the guy that even when nobody was around, he was the center of attention. One day I get a holler, Cody, come help me. So I run upstairs to his bathroom. I'm like, yeah, man, what's up? He's like, come in here, I need your help. So go in the bathroom there. I said, what in the world did you do? There's blood everywhere. He said, dude, I was butt naked here just dancing around in the mirror with a knife. And I jabbed myself in the leg. I said, what do you think Mom and Dad are going to say about this? He said, they're not going to know. He's like, but I was practicing my karate moves. So he's always been a man of karate and always been the center of attention. That's just my brother Ben. He's the man.
Anyway, he's very precious and lovable and entertaining, which I
Definitely
guess is still that way today. He loves to entertain. He had several different outfits, and I remember him running around at times thinking he was Superman running through the house.
Anytime we had company.
Right, Batman, Dick Tracy. I know he had a yellow suit, a yellow hat that he wore for Dick Tracy, and then seemed like Indiana Jones. And he had that big old whip. You can imagine what that did for him.
He had
That
the
put him
Indiana
in trouble
Jones
a few
hat,
times.
yeah. So he.
Ben Morris grew up in the tiny town of Marquay, Texas. Like most towns in Leon County, it's not huge. Not a bad place for a little peace, quiet, and honest work. All things that Ben likes, in moderation anyhow. Busting out and going to Texas A&M University in nearby College Station sounded pretty good too, though. Good place to get an education and make a lot of friends. One friend in particular, Jeff Irwin, shared a few things with Ben. A love of music, an offbeat sense of humor, and the nerve to take it to the stage. Yeah, I'd been out of college for a few years, but not out of College Station. I was enjoying myself too much. And that was around the time that I met Ben Morris, was when he was doing the Jeff and Ben act, and man, they were really something. Like, they were just a couple of college buddies, still in college, and so as such, they had friends with a little, beer money and free time and all that. They'd go play an open mic somewhere and just like pack the house. Like 40 of their friends would show up. So then the club would be like, hey, y'all want to come back and play on the weekend? Like, for real? Like, we pay you? And could you bring all of these people again? Because, these people are, pretty solid beer drinkers. Sometimes the band that was booked for that night would actually be opening for Jeff and Ben, because the bar would be like, hey, we want these folks to stay all night long.
So, like in the very beginning, I guess going back to when I was 12 years old, was when I got my first guitar, and I never really learned how to play it. Kind of late high school years, one of my best friends, Jeff Irwin, and I we wrote our first couple of songs, and we did that kind of into college a little bit. Never really took it seriously, a lot of ridiculous stuff. And it was probably about my senior year at Texas A&M that I realized that I really enjoyed doing it, really enjoyed crafting songs, putting songs together and singing, and performing for our friends in college, that we decided to hit up our first open mic. And we actually kind of scared to, I guess, had a little intimidated by like doing it in front of our friends at first, so we went to Houston to a place that I love to play called JP Hop's House. And it was a bunch of older, very accomplished, talented songwriters and performers, and they really supported us getting out there and playing, and it kind of gave us the confidence that we needed to come back and perform for a local crowd. And we did that, you know, I guess for what was a short period of time back then, around 2004, 2005, and it wasn't meant for the long haul, but it was a lot of fun, and definitely gave me the taste of it that I knew going forward would be something that I'd want to spend more time with.
First time I remember meeting Ben, it was 6th grade. I think it was the 2nd or 3rd day of school, and I'm swinging outside, and Ben comes up and pushes me out of the swing and says, "Welcome to Thunderdome." You know, it's like, God dang, I guess so, huh? You know, so that was the first encounter that I had with Ben. And a couple years later, I think we were playing baseball. Our dads were chatting and told us that we should probably get together and, you know, hang out. So we did. You know, we're like, all right, why not? So we get over to Ben's house, and
Hi, my name is Mark Davis.
he's got this freaking Hondo guitar. It's red and orange and brown, and I mean, 3 or 4 of the colors that you never would put together and put it on the front of a guitar, and they were on it. And man, that thing was so out of tune. I remember it took us probably an hour to get it back into tune. Once we got it back into tune and learned what we were doing, first song that I remember us trying was "Runaround" by Blues Traveler, and we played that for probably a good hour, and then we adapted that and came up with our first song, probably "I Don't Wear No Underwear on My Head," or on my forehead, and it got pretty popular. We played it at a couple of school events. You know, it was pretty clear up early on that Ben was quite the entertainer. Yeah. Then when we got into college, we started writing a couple. We never really lost our silliness. You know, we wanted to make sure that we maintained that because we felt like that captivated the audience. We wrote some pretty cool songs like "Long One," "Marquette of Mexico," "The Medley." A lot of our influence came from guys that were pretty dang popular at the time. I'd say a lot of Ben's and my heroes were, you know, people like Brandon Ryder, Brandon Jenkins, Ethan Messick, John Evans, Eli Young, believe it or not. I think we opened up for Eli Young one time. Throughout the years, it was pretty cool to see Ben just develop from sort of a shy person into being an entertainer. You know, the entertainer that you know now. He really took off. I wish that my involvement had been a little longer, but unfortunately, life took me out of College Station and brought me down here. Man, I wouldn't give it up. It's a hell of a ride, and I'm so proud of Ben for keeping it going all these years, and can't wait to see what comes next.
For those of you that don't know Ben and his presence in College Station, he's well known there.
Like, all the radio people know him, all the TV people know him, all the people know him. And so anywhere that you go, any Aggie that you know knows him, and it's pretty insane because he's like he's like a local celebrity among them.
Much as he enjoyed the Jeff and Ben gigs, Morris was also soaking up new influences, just like any small-town kid relocated to a college town. Guys like Walt Wilkins and Robert Earl King, local folks like the Gougers, Britt Lloyd, etc. So yeah, we kind of buddied up, and I remember one time, I think it was there at Alfred T. Hornback's in College Station, at probably one of Jeff Sparr's shows over there. Ben came up to me and, hey man, I've been working on something, I'd like you to hear it. He's like, oh, y'all made a Jeff and Ben record? He's like, no, this is something different. He'd been dealing with a couple of, personal setbacks, and it had really just spurred him on to a whole new phase of his writing. He always had that, beautiful baritone voice, and now he had some new songs with some real gravity to him. And man, that record, it was a pleasure to listen to, but man, it was an emotional gut punch a lot of the time too. And just, I remember feeling so impressed that, like, hey, I'm sorry you had to go through that, buddy, but, just knowing that my friend had this record in him, like, that was a hell of a good start.
So there was a real, I think, natural progression from the end of the Jeff and Ben experience to what would happen next, I guess, with me putting out my first solo record. About the time that was going on was towards the end of my college career, and about the same time, it was the first time I ever had my heart broke, and that kind of led to a whole another realm of songwriting, and ultimately a lot of the songs that would end up becoming my first album, which was a lot of, it was a very personal thing to make. I remember at the time, when I released that too, making a lot of friends and family uncomfortable who were like, yeah, this is good stuff, but I think they felt like they were reading my diary.
The new material on the other side of Broken gave Morris plenty of fuel to join in on the song swap and acoustic show scene, making friends in the regional music community, and also gave him the chance to hear what his voice and material sounded like framed with a full band. Not exactly shy, he soon began asking around, making connections, and starting the band that would come to be named the Great American Boxcar
I realized
Chorus.
that first album, The Other Side of Broken, was already made when we formed. He had gone in and recorded this album and was shopping around for shows, and a couple places wanted him to, one in particular, 8 Airs I recall, wanted him full band for the show. And so he put together a band for a group of 4 shows that he had booked, these 4 shows as a band. None of us were really seasoned live players. Ben and I had done open mics. I'd been a part of some honky-tonk cover bands, was throwing some originals in. I had probably the most on-stage, live resume, but at the same time, I was playing 1-4-5 shuffles for, Johnny Bush covers all night long and chick country songs all night long before I was playing with Ben.
By 2009, the band made it official with their collective debut, Underground Railroad. Emboldened and refreshed by new material, they hit the road even harder, grabbing every little gig that came their way, scoring a few bigger ones. They became favorites among the kind of underground radio-free Texas community, an internet radio station that championed under-the-radar artists that sometimes got lost in the shuffle as the Americana and country music scenes in Texas became a big and somewhat exclusive business unto themselves. The band's momentum continued full steam into 2011 with a follow-up called There Is No Fun in Funeral, an even louder and more diverse exploration of the rock, folk, and country sounds that were becoming the band's multifaceted signature. Even bigger changes were in the works offstage, as Ben met the love of his life, Michelle, marrying in 2009 and embarking on their best collaboration yet, their own growing family.
I guess my first memory of Ben, we worked together and we were kind of carpooling, I guess, to a meeting, and one of the conversations that we had in the car, Ben had kind of swung in, picked me up, and one of the conversations that we had in the car was about music. He's asking me, who, bear in mind, up to this point, I had spent most of my life in the UK, so I kind of considered myself to be a Brit, a British girl, as my dad would call me, and so he asked me what music I liked, and I'm talking about like rave music, house music. That's kind of been my experience up to that point and what I enjoyed, and he sort of was a little confused, didn't seem to really know what I was talking about, but I think down the line, Ben and I have talked about it, and at this point, he kind of saw me as kind of an odd girl. Over time, he kind of shared with me a little bit about this Texas music sort of scene, and sort of dropped me off after that meeting, and that was that. We still saw each other at meetings and stuff. But over time, I started to get a little bit intrigued by this, and I remember it was at one of our, where we worked at one of their golf tournaments, where I started to get a little bit more intrigued, enough that I was actually interested in going out and trying to see what all this Texas music vibe was about. And so one of my best friends and I would go out and listen to him play, and this is really where like Ben and I started to spend a lot more time together. We were good friends, got a lot of memories of spending time at the Boxcar Palace is what it was called, Bucky's house, and just memories of going out and listening to him play, and then sort of hanging out with him afterwards, and so that's kind of my sort of initial forming of the relationship with Ben, and realizing how passionate he was about music, and how much he just enjoyed entertaining people and just having a great time up on stage. I think that's probably one of the things that most people will say about him is like, no matter how many people are out there or what's going on, Ben is having fun. Like, that's what he's doing. He's on stage, he's having a blast playing with his friends, and he's up there having fun and entertaining people, and I think that's the biggest thing that people will sort of leave his shows with. He loves to see our kids engage in musical stuff. Some of them are into, singing, dancing, drums, guitar, flute, recorder, whatever it is that's around. And anytime music comes out, like even the slightest little inkling of music, and Ben's like in the studio grabbing his guitar, coming out to play, no matter whether we're trying to leave the house to go somewhere or not. So he's always welcoming that and supporting our kids in any kind of musical endeavors that they may even sort of remotely think about. So that's just a part of Ben. So when I think about sort of him and his passion for music, the biggest thing that I think of with Ben is like he wants to impact the world for good. So he wants his music to touch people. He wants to use proceeds of, certain albums, especially I think it's Amen Brother is the album that he uses the proceeds of those sales to go towards, good causes or things that, to donate to certain causes. And he always has said that is like, I want this to impact people for good. And so he loves to do benefits. Even if he's not making any money and he's driving across Texas, he'll go as long as he can make it work and his guys can make it work. And so he always wants to have, that be a part of essentially that's what drives a part of his music is how can this help people? How can what I say impact them for good? And so I love that about him. And I just love to see his passion when he performs. He's so entertaining and fun to watch. And even through all this whole COVID thing, where we're doing all this stuff virtually, he's in there making music and doing projects and various things. And he always finds a way to scratch that itch, I guess, if you will. So I have enjoyed being able to see all of his creativity and talent unfold over the years.
A practicing Christian since childhood, Ben opted to focus some of his restless creativity on his faith, spurred and highlighted by the new joys and duties of fatherhood. Amen Brother was a mix of new versions of old gospel favorites blended in with original songs of worship, gratitude, and resolve.
I remember going back to my very first record that I put out, The Other Side of Broken. If you actually go read the liner notes in there, I kind of took a little jab at my grandmother at the time, because I remember she said, you know, I would support what you're doing. I would throw everything I got into it if you were making a gospel record. So in the liner notes, I said, thank my granny, for agreeing to finance my third record, which will be a gospel record, which ultimately, that's kind of the way things ended up. I guess at least that was maybe the fourth project I put out, but the third that I kind of put, I could put it on my shoulders to try and finance. So I always kind of joked around that, that album was coming, and it was a lot of fun to make with Jamie Iveson in the producer's chair, and that was pretty personal to me. Amen Brother was something that kind of, I think, came about as it had been stuck in just in my soul for a long time, that, there was like things that I wanted to say, or, things that I felt like I could convey to help promote goodness in the world. I think, I'm very proud of the fact that I'm a Christian, and I feel like, my approach to daily life, comes out of my faith, and I feel like, I'm not the type of person to hammer anybody over the head, and I appreciate the fact that I have many friends that don't agree with me, and a lot of times I think many friends that maybe don't know how I feel on many things, but I feel like I can look past what it is that I believe, or things that maybe the way I was brought up to get along with everybody, and I feel like friendship and everything else can cross all kinds of aisles, and we don't all have to agree. It's crazy times that we're in right now. You got the hard left and the hard right, and I think most people are somewhere in the middle, and I definitely know that I am, and I do feel like, being kind, being fair, to me are more important than, just being so rigid that you have to box other people out. And Amen Brother came about as a result of really wanting to be more uniting, and to pull people together, and to just spread the message of love, and to just do as much as I could to promote goodness in the world and bring people together. And
Ben Morris, he just flies in the face of so many stereotypes about being a musician. He's not some tortured artiste. He can go deep, but I mean, he's a happy guy. He loves his wife and kids. He got a happy childhood. He busts his butt at his day job. He's got so many things going on in his life, but he always somehow makes time to be one of the most creative and generous artists.
Laughing all the way, ha ha ha. Those on bobtails, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing this sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Even though the songs have that touch of like irony and sarcasm to them, like Ben Morris, the person, is like the most earnest and kind man you can imagine. Back in the land of the Great American Boxcar Chorus, day jobs and family obligations and the occasional lineup shift never really derailed the train, but they did temporarily slow it down a bit. Morris and Company still kept the creative juices flowing with a couple of likable, low-budget projects. There was 2015's mostly acoustic Locomotives, and the intimate holiday charmer, A Great American Boxcar Christmas. Both projects hinted at the next leap forward for the band.
The Great American Boxcar Chorus, right here. Eric Fisher, Ben Morris, thank you both so much for being here.
Musician, writer, and vocalist Eric Fisher became a full-fledged co-frontman of the band at Morris's invitation.
I've known Ben for about 15 years. We met working at the same place together, and sometimes we get together on lunch breaks at his place to showcase songs to each other, work on songs together, and we just have had this long-standing appreciation, shared appreciation for and passion for music, and I became part of the GABC about 8+ years ago. So I've gotten to spend a lot of time on the road and off the road with him, discussions about life and music and family, and gone through ups and downs together. And I appreciate him so much as a friend, as a fellow musician, and he's been like a brother. And so just want to thank him for his friendship, his optimism, his encouragement to me and other musicians, and his talents as a songwriter, performer, his wit, his wordplay, his humor. Love you, man.
The resulting effort, The Violets and the Blues, was the GABC's most ambitious project to date.
You know, while many acoustic artists have full bands that they play full band shows with, I think Ben is a full band artist that plays acoustic shows. Like when he's singing with Eric in the Great American Boxcar Chorus, Eric has a high voice, he has a low voice, and they do this twin voice thing that just works. They play rock and roll. You know, John Ditforth is the bass player / one of the writers, one of the singers. Dude, the whole band really comes together to rock out, and they all bring this sort of different facet to the.
Our forces combined, we are the Great American Boxcar Chorus. Happy release party day, yo.
The Violets and the Blues was produced in Austin, Texas by John Evans, a Texas music veteran whose years of making everything from classic country to innovative rock and roll have been a huge inspiration to Morris and his band.
I had the pleasure of producing this record, this album right here, Violets and the Blues. If you don't have it, you should go get that guy. Even blue vinyl. Check it out. It's awesome. I know his birthday's coming up. Didn't realize he's turning 60. I thought he was like way younger than me. But whatever, you know. Like you do. But I got to work with those guys in the studio, and when they came in, they were like, "Hey, man, let's do this. I wanna throw you the songs, and I want you to do what you do with tunes." And that's the kind of guy he is. He's someone that trusts. He's someone that loves, and he's a guy that I'll never forget.
Again rejuvenated by all the new material, the band hit the road with a vengeance.
Granny, keep a gun in her purse. Ready, granny, I can give it gas. Every car she sees is a car she pass. We're headed into town to the beauty shop. In an RV, sipping on a soda pie.
Their creative explosion also extended into some new music videos.
When I'm alone, I never thought one could be so proud. But
this is the harvest that they've sown. And power, you're gonna miss her chocolate pies. Barbara, my brother and me and Cody left for one last ride to the cemetery. But in the motorhome, we didn't take the hearse. Buried my granny with a gun in her purse. She left this earth with a gun in her purse.
Mostly with, and sometimes without, the Great American Boxcar Chorus, Ben Morris has already left two legacies at a young age. Ben the person, beloved on the music scene for his kindness and enthusiasm, for lifting up a diverse array of fellow artists with his support. And Ben the writer, the creative, the performer, whose songs swing from goofy to reverent to quirky to heartfelt, sometimes all at once. He might write 100 more songs, might make a dozen more records. When 2020 finally lets up and the world gets back to something resembling normal, might play 1,000 more gigs. A true independent is done whenever he or she says they're done. But whenever that may be, rest assured, Ben Morris left the musical world in a better place than it was before he started.
A lot of ideas for songs that I write happen. I guess the whole whistle while you work type thing. I'll be working, have my hands buried in some air conditioning unit, or you'll be driving the truck down the road and I'll start humming or hammering out, hitting on the windshield or whatever, coming up with a tune or whatever, and that goes straight to my voice recorder there on my phone. Or maybe it's a lyric, an idea for a line that I like or something like that, and also that'll go in my notes on my phone. So there's a lot of buried stuff there. So if I ever kick the bucket prematurely, everybody should know where to look.
Hey everybody, Matt Harlan here in Houston, wanting to give serious props to one of the best dudes I've met in general and in the music industry, Ben Morris. I mean, there's not enough positive things to say about this guy. Aside from being a great songwriter and just incredibly energetic performer and just all-around good guy to be around, he does so much for everybody in whichever community he's a part of.
Those of you that don't know Ben, well, he can be like a bear on roller skates in a china shop. He's very enthusiastic and energetic and animated. And
if you're a musician in Texas, I'm probably an independent musician anywhere, but let's just say Texas, Ben Morris has probably already done something nice for you. And if he hasn't, then he would. Like, you wouldn't even have to ask. You'd say, hey man, can you be like, put in a good word for you at the club? Oh, absolutely. Got your book there on Sunday. Bring your patch cable. You'll be great. That's he might ask you for a favor too, because the man's got hustle. But any nice thing you do for Ben Morris would be paid back tenfold, and you got a friend. Even if you couldn't do that favor in the first place, Ben Morris will forgive you.
Ben Morris, we love you. We respect you. And I hope these guys do really good versions of your songs, because I didn't want to go and screw one up. Love you, buddy.
You don't have to hold my hand and show me around. I can get to the bottom all on my own. Sooner or later something will pull me down. It's just a matter of unknown. No need to welcome me to the underground. I get better mileage when I'm alone. I never thought one would be so proud.
I've been friends with Ben Morris for, we're well over a decade now. I've heard every single album that he's put out. I've written with him. I have seen dozens, if not hundreds, of his shows. I've heard most of his unreleased stuff. We're working on a project together. I'm working on a documentary about him, and I'm still not sure if I can tell you what kind of music Ben Morris plays. He's just that original.
The question is, how would I describe my songwriting approach? Throwing stuff to the wall and seeing what sticks. I have to wade through a lot of fluff to get to the good stuff. A lot of times, maybe I'm a little more intimidated in the early going just by sharing things that aren't fully fleshed out, just because I know that I have to go through a lot of processes and a lot of things to get the stuff that kind of works. Another question was who are some of my biggest musical influences? Man, I love anybody that takes themselves seriously, but not too seriously. I love people like Roger Miller, who can write a song that just, just gets you right there in the gut, like Husbands and Wives, or we have all the average people going on, but can turn around and say, do Wakadoo, do a song, the Robin Hood, cartoon or whatever. But I love that idea of being able to, just take on everything, every aspect of life. It doesn't have to be, everything is serious and heartbreak and sad, and we can celebrate the goofy and the ridiculous and the everything in between as well.
He's able to take a phrase that you wouldn't think of and turn it into an entire song, or just how he comes up with the ideas for songs and turns them into something else, the one from Staring at a Penny, Abraham Lincoln, just a piece of copper now, that one. Staring at a Penny one day. His wife hanging out with the kids, got lady on the trampoline.
The question was, do you have to work on the craft of being unique, or do you feel like it just comes naturally? I don't know. Even my mom says that I'm weird, and I always take that as like the biggest compliment that anybody can say is, being, you're different. That's, kind of out there. Like, to me, that's one of the coolest things, because I don't want to sound like anybody else.
So I met Ben in the summer of 2006 on a floating trip in New Braunfels, either the Guadalupe River or the Comal River. And we were like instant friends. We were big time buddies from the very beginning. And so when I had the opportunity to start working with him in his band, and I moved to College Station, and we ran all around the state for several years, made a couple records, wrote some great songs. He's not really classically trained or anything, so he's not afraid to go for those weird notes and those weird chords that some other people might know better to go for, and that makes, I think, a lot of his stuff really interesting sounding. But also, the songs we have worked on together, I've usually just shown up with some words and said, here you go, do your thing. And he does that, and he's just got, I think it's a mark of any really good songwriter is he's got great editing skills. He can go back over a song and he knows what to keep, what to change, what to add, to make a complete package that makes sense and will resonate with you. So, yeah, I've always enjoyed working with Ben creatively. I think it says a lot about Ben and his personality and the way people think about him. Just because we're all sitting here and getting together and doing all this. I think one of those draws about Ben is he's just so passionate about things, and music is definitely one of the things he's the most passionate about. And you put him on a stage any day of the week, any time of the day, under any circumstances, and he's going to want to take it over the top.
Many, many moons ago, Ben and Jeff, College Station days, I think he came up and introduced himself to me first, and then I didn't know He's an all-around great human being. Played many gigs with him, swapped songs, did lots of shows. My band, his band. I filled in on guitar. I think I even did bass one time. I don't know how I could have done it. Tremendously a great memory for me. Just all those times on the road with you guys, with Ben, talking about music, just talking about influences and listening to music, playing music, just being on stage with you. Man, love you, brother. Hope you have a great birthday. It's a long time coming. We need to get together more, as probably a lot of people are going to be saying, but you can't with everything going on right now. But later on down the line, we'll get together. But man, don't want to make this too long, but love you, brother. Hope you have a great birthday. Thanks for being a friend. Thanks for being a great human being, and God bless. Thanks and giggle.
Still in high school, actually up until not that long ago, I had a passion for drunk dialing all of my musician friends, and Ben Morris was always one of my victims. So back when I was still in high school, on weekends that maybe I didn't have a gig, I would wind up hanging out with my hometown friends. And we would get drunk, and since one of them lived close to the middle school, we would walk over to the middle school and climb on top of it and smoke joints and drink beers and act a fool. And that was a common spot where I'd start drunk dialing people. And I would always call Ben, and there were many a time that he and the band would, have just finished playing a gig or something like that, and they would talk to me for, up to an hour or so. And I always thought that was really, really cool that those dudes were willing to take the time, out of their night to sit there and talk shit with some drunk-ass high schooler. I know I wouldn't do it. If I had some drunk-ass high schooler calling me, I'd tell him to lose my number and go to bed. But y'all didn't. Y'all were always cool. And always fun to hang around with, fun to play music with. Very different. Always admired y'all. Miss y'all. God bless me.
What's up, Sir Ben Morris? Manzi Lowry here. Just wanting to say how much of an honor and a pleasure it is to call you a friend, and I'm blessed to be able to be a part of this ceremony of just coming together with friends and celebrating all your accomplishments, brother. Looking forward to many more times in the future, and keep up the hard work. I'm ready to hear some more original music from you. All right, take care, brother. Bye.
I have a lot of different processes for writing songs. Sometimes it's just like a melody that sticks with me, and I like, this melody is great. Or sometimes it's just like, an idea for a song, a concept. Sometimes it's the two. There's a lot of times I end up playing the long game when it comes to songs. I'll have a melody or a piece of a song or a lyric that I really like, and sometimes the two kind of come together. Sometimes I'll write a song and I'll just know it's not right. It's not ready yet, or it's not, ready for public consumption or to be put on any album that I put out. And, sometimes I've had it where, 7 or 8 years will pass before a song that I wrote ends up on a record because the timing just wasn't right for it yet.
I think when I think about Ben and his music, I think about the creativeness behind it, and behind the whole process of being a songwriter. The titles alone of his songs are ways of indicating that he thinks differently than most people that walk around. He has these titles that are plays on funny plays on sayings, but they turn out to be very deep songs, like Lady in the Trampoline, John Wilkes Phone Booth. You know, there's lots of different awesome, funny, creative names for songs that you would think are going to be comedy songs, but are actually regular, awesome, deep songs.
First of all, Ben is a guy that I've known for over 20 years and is one of the most giving dudes I know.
Well, Ben is just one of those guys who, he is just salt of the earth as they come. Do just about anything for anybody. His artist friends are just anybody. I mean, he's the definition of service above self. And every time Ben, is putting on a benefit or something, whether it's the half stocks or the hair stocks or opening slots or whatever, calls me up. I'm like, man, I'm there. I'll do it, buddy. It's always a joy to be around him, man.
I think a lot of pretty huge influences on me and my songwriting have been family members of mine, whether it's the direct ones that I've actually written songs about these really intense characters, to just family members, family sayings. We, have a lot of, I guess, some of the men in my family, like my grandfather that I was named after. We grew up with a lot of, family idioms and sayings and things that just, things I always thought were clever and wisdom, and a lot of that kind of has fueled like as fodder for a lot of the songs that I write. And even to this day, I find myself incorporating, some of that into my songs.
And it's happy 38th birthday. I can't believe you're this old already. But, the 39th is coming up. I stayed there several years. Are you going to stay there that long? Thank you. You're my oldest grandson, and you've given me, I suppose, my youngest great-grandchild I'll ever have. Anyway, hope you had a very happy birthday. We love you.
Ben, he's a ray of sunshine when he's in a good mood. He brings a lot of happiness to people and a lot of joy. As a performer, he just strives to, just get out there and do his best. He strives to put a smile on people's face. I've been blessed with an awesome brother, and I'm really happy to see all that he's been able to accomplish in his few years of life. I love you, Ben.
Learning new songs. He's like, let's try it for fun, Let's just do it. And if it bombs, it bombs. It's like, but I don't know the chords to the song, Ben. He goes, it's all right, it's easy. It's this, G, 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 G. He goes, I don't know what chords those are, I'm just playing it. And you're on the fly. And that's what I think makes it fun, is it's not overly planned. It's not overly produced, so to speak. It's collaborative.
We're real proud of Ben, and we are real proud of all of our children. But Ben is a very special person. He's kind, he's loving, he's thoughtful of other people, and he's generous to a fault. And we just want to wish him a happy, happy birthday, and thanks for 38 years of joy.
Happy birthday, Ben.
All right, shout out to my old amigo Ben Morris. I don't know what to say that probably hasn't been said about Ben, but he'd drive 250 miles one way just to help you change a tire if you asked. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. One hell of a songwriter and musician, and I'm writing him in on the ballot this year. Ben Morris for president 2020.
And that's everything, all the connections that we made, all the things that we learned have snowballed into opportunities here at home. And I have all of that to thank to Ben Morris. And, thanks, buddy. Happy birthday, man. I'm sorry that we can't be there in person to do this, because you definitely deserve it, but at least all of it will be recorded on film during this crazy time, which, by the way, if you're watching this in the future and we actually ended coronavirus, this is during that time. That's why we can't gather in person to do this. But thanks, buddy.
Well, now, this is from my buddy Ben Morris and all the guys in the Great American Boxcar Chorus. Love you guys. We've been friends for a long time, and when I'm sitting on my chubby ass, resting on my laurels, I know y'all are out there working. You give me inspiration. You're the nicest, sweetest, hard-workingest people in the music business. I can't say enough good things about you. I love you.
Hey, bro, Ben. It's your broseph Joseph coming at you live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So, anyways, we're here, bro, celebrating you. There are a few things I want to just highlight, things that stand out to me about you. One is just how much you really love and dig your family. So that is awesome. As musicians, we can kind of lose sight of that sometimes, but I really appreciate that about you. I love how you're just a really cool unifier, and just kind of connect people together in the Texas country music scene. So appreciate that. I love your energy, brother. You just keep rocking. And anyway, bro, this is short. We have family business, but love you. Keep rocking, and I'm sure we'll be rocking together sometime soon. All right, thanks, Ben. Bye.
Bald man with the wild hair, Ben Morris. You truly live up to your name. I don't know anybody who breaks more strings on stage or sweats more profusely than you. Wristbands required. And it's just good to know you, man, and a pleasure to call you my friend. Enjoy your day.
Hey!
Hi,
Patty.
Joe.
Here with house concerts at the gallery. Oh my God, we are so sad that we are not getting to participate in a live music event for Ben. We love Ben. I've known Ben for many, many years. And musically, we've been involved with Ben for the past couple of years, as he has been one of our greatest proponents and supporters. And we appreciate everything he does, not just for local music, but for songwriters and musicians across the state.
Absolutely. One of our founding bands and musicians has helped put us on the map. So we love Ben.
We do. And Ben even approached us about doing these things called benefits, where we get to help raise money for musicians for whatever projects and stuff that they're working on. And so we're super sad with everything that's going on in the world right now that's preventing us from doing all of the wonderful things that we do. And we just wanted to be able to give a shout out to Ben and give our love and tell him how wonderful it is, and that we can't wait until we're all back in the game.
I just hope that he realizes that through this celebration, everybody really, really, really is just so grateful and glad to have you around. And every show, every event, everything that you're a part of is better for it. We love you, man, and happy birthday. And hope many, many, many more, and we'll get to see each other in person one of these days coming up soon. Take it easy.
Ben Morris? What can I say about Ben Morris that hasn't already been said about a classic French toast and sausage breakfast platter from one of the many roadside diners that we have across this great land of ours? He's sweet, he's hearty, he's good for you in the morning, and when he's really on, he's a little greasy. Thanks to Ben Morris and various absentee members of the Great American Boxcar Chorus, I have had the pleasure of playing live and on stage many instruments that I do not play or did not play prior to that particular evening. Ben Morris has made me a changed man. I used to be a Christmas music naysayer. Now, one of my finest accomplishments is the collection of original and cover Christmas tunes that I produced for Ben Morris and the Great American Boxcar Chorus. Ben, we love you, we miss you, I miss all of y'all, and I can't wait to see what you got in store for us next. Happy Hairstock, everybody.
I met Ben Morris at Toys for Tots. It's been quite a few years now, and from the moment that I shook his hand, he just gave me a good firm handshake, a genuine smile, and just a sweet dude, man. What I dug about him the most was the fact that he's a great songwriter. and I love his energy. He's a great entertainer. He's got this one line in one of his songs that just really caught my attention. He said, I just came in here to practice my Kung Fu. And that line's always stuck with me because I mean, who hasn't gone into a bar and wanted to practice their Kung Fu? So Ben Morris is a great dude. I truly appreciate him. I think he's just a class act. He's a father. He's a husband. He's a good dude. He's just an all-around good man. And I challenge anybody to try to find anybody as nice as Ben Morris. Ben Morris, appreciate you, brother. You're the man. We'll talk to you soon. Hopefully get to play live with you again, man, because I always enjoy it. Take care.
Man, what a group of Ben Morris and the Great American Boxcar Chorus. Man, what a group of guys. Well-written songs. Been knowing y'all guys for going on 15 years now, at least. Always enjoyed coming to play shows with y'all. Wish we could have done this big get-together show this August to represent you, bud. Celebrate you and your boys and everything y'all done in the music industry, Texas music. I always know that it's not a boxcar show until Ben Morris rips the strings off his guitar. Then I know it's time for party. So, bud, wish we could hang out with you right now, but I'm gonna sip this down in celebration of you, your music, and everything you done for the community you with, and for being a great dad, great husband. Keep on rocking, brother.
My old buddy Ben Morris, here's to all the miles and the music, buddy. I appreciate all the memories and even keeping my house air conditioning nice, crisp, and cool. Thank you, buddy. Cheers to you.
And then what sealed the deal is when I saw Ben and the boys live. I think it was at one of the Big Fest shows around maybe a year or so after that. And it just blew me away. I mean, I'd always considered myself a pretty energetic performer, but man, Ben was just running laps around me and just excellent. Just the guy brings it in every level. It's the vocals, the showmanship, and those songs, man. Those songs are incredible.
Ben. Happy birthday, buddy. Just wanted to wish you the best, and can't wait to get back out on the road with you, spend some time with you, laugh and cut up with you, write some songs with you, and just play some damn good music with you, man. I miss you, and can't wait to hang out again, brother. Love you, man.
I think you could say that sometimes there's a bit of a credibility gap between, folks who've given their whole life to music and those of us that are still working outside the music business for a living. And, a day job may tie you down to some extent, but, it can also really set you free. And you see that with somebody like Ben Morris. With his kind of vocal talents, you could force that square peg into that round hole and make something resembling a traditional country singer or pop singer out of him. But now he's got an artistic vision, and he gets to stick to it because he doesn't have to do it to pay the rent. He does it because he loves it, and he does it because it makes sense to him. And man, once you make that number one, you're so free. Still got a day job, but you're so free.
If you could describe Ben Morris in one word.
Sweaty. Ben Morris is so sweaty. For someone who owns an air conditioning company, you sure sweat a lot, Ben. I don't know about the first time I met Ben. I could tell you the first time I met his wife, he introduced her as his sister and then made out with her. Likeable guy. He's a family man. So sweaty. Ben Morris, captain of the sweat. Wrote this song for you, buddy. Bald head Ben got a heart so big. Take a bullhorn to a solo gig. The sweatiest man I ever did know. He goes through
wanted to say is you been happy birthday. Go on, Ben.
Let's go. No,
let's get this next song. It rocks.
Living life in old Mexico, watching her sway to and fro. She's my Mexican Marilyn Monroe, and my gosh, I love her so.
Hanging round downtown looking for some loving, and I see you walk in through that old front door. Sat down by me and you drank my beer and said, I'm Lupe's daughter.
Life, liberty, daughter. Life, liberty, and pursuit of Lupe's daughter. Well, she said, let's dance, and she grabbed my hand as we got on the table right in front of the band. I'm not shy, so it didn't take much for me to sing like cucaracha.
After we danced, we went out to my truck and we had ourselves a little fun. Drank tequila till the dawn's early light. Some guy read his mouth, we got in a fight.
Life, liberty, and pursuit of Lupe's daughter. Life, liberty, and pursuit of Lupe's daughter.
Somehow wound up in Mexican jail. The Lupe's daughter's there, man, to throw my bail. I remember that night, but I've never forgot her. When she said, hi, I'm Lupe's daughter. I said, life, liberty, and the pursuit of Lupe's daughter. I said, life, liberty, and the pursuit of Lupe's daughter.
The Mexican noises now.
She said that I'm Lupe's daughter. She said that I'm Lupe's daughter. She said that I'm Lupe's daughter. I told you these boys are good.
That was it.
Like I always told you, don't miss me when I go. All you good remind me that I will always be around. Just like some.
All right, y'all. Happy Ben Morris Day. We're all doing tunes by our sweet friend Ben Morris. I'm Mary Charlotte Young, and I'm going to be doing a little bit more.
I wish you would act like you miss me a little bit more, little bit more. I wish you would act like you miss me a little bit more, little bit more. Part of our expressions, cheeks are dressed I want you to smile. I wish I could do a little bit more, little bit more. There's too much to say, it's harder when I do. I want you to be happy, the words just don't sound true. I wish you would miss me a little bit more, little bit more. Make believe you care, make believe the lie a little bit more, little bit more. Not a fan of drama, like as if it's real. Pretend for just a minute, no matter how you feel. Imagine when I threw the truth that you reveal. 'Cause you can't live without me, that you love me still. I wish you would act like you miss me a little bit more, little bit more. I wish you would act like you miss me a little bit more, little bit more.
All right, y'all. Hope everybody enjoys all of these awesome versions of Ben's tunes. He's a great songwriter, great person, and a great friend, and I'm glad to be a part of it. All right, y'all have a good day. Later, taters.
So, yeah, man, Ben Morris has been a great friend, you know, almost like a brother to me for many years now. And so I guess that means his songs are kind of like nephews. Oh, okay. And you're probably not supposed to pick a favorite, but I did anyway. I took one of those songs, this chair in the living room, while all the other songs were playing outside. And I was like, hey, don't tell the other ones, but really, you're my favorite. Now get on out there and have some cake and play Chinese freeze tag and all that. We'll talk later. But anyway, that song that I sat down was Sweet Thing. Yeah, sweet as a song inside you for a minute or two. Yeah, she'll lift you up out of dark as a night without moon. She will wash over you, swallow you up like a name tag you wear. Oh, cross that you bear. She's a tale true love to me, my sweet thing. And I suppose it highs and lows like that. Nobody knows what she gives. Will it be breath? Oh, she be the death of me. My sweet thing. Yeah, real as a prairie whisper, they'll fill the empty void. still wanting more to be the reason that you live. But a man like me can't get enough to part the sea for the sweet thing. Yeah, life's goes highs and lows like that. Nobody knows what she gives every breath. Oh, she be the death of me. My sweet thing. And life's goes highs and lows like that. Nobody knows what she gives every breath. Oh, she be the death of me. My sweet thing. My sweet thing. All right, song. Thank you for hanging out with me. Go back to your real dad. Love you, Ben. Take care, buddy.
All right, Ben. Here's a throwback to the way it used to be. All is fine as far as I can tell. Thought everything was going well. Just like China, we were fine. It served me well on the inside, but I set it high on the shelf. Worked for us so sore. It always worked for me. But my eyes were open more, and the china's on the floor, falling off onto the ground like London Bridge in pieces down. Never knew I had a thing for the cracked and broken down. And what was one was broken too, and now I just want more. Find china on the floor, find china on the floor. I believe whole thing's far from over, and I'm past the point of return. Yes, I believe the good just might be closer. I accept this mess I've known, and you were sitting high, but you let yourself go. Somewhere it all became a bore. Sitting pretty, there's no place to be. Funny things, the heart implodes. Now the china's on the floor, falling off onto the ground like London Bridge in pieces down. Never knew I had a thing for the cracked and broken down inside of me. What was one is broken too, and now just one more. Find china on the floor, find china on the floor, find china on the floor. fine china.
I don't know how to start these things. Man, I've known Ben for about, 5 years now. And to know Ben is to know that every day is going to be sometimes unexpected, but it's going to be fun because that guy lives life to the fullest. He's always got an idea rambling around in his brain. He's got one on the back burner that he's going to tell you about as well at the same time. And you just love the guy for his zeal, the joy for life, the ride. Man, he lives for it. Not just with music, but man, with his family, his friends, his job. Ben's the real deal. And even all the sirens agree with me. He's worth sending up a signal for. But to work with him, man, to be on the road, it's, you know, you're working hard. You know you're going to be long rides, long nights back home. But I think that's what gives him the drive. It's the new adventure every day, seeing the open road, coming home to his family. Great appreciation for his friends that he's riding with, the stories, the jokes, the farts, the food. It's well worth the ride with Ben every time. Man, one of my great memories of Ben is our families went to the beach together, and we'd spent some time all week, and one night we got the crazy idea just to walk from our house through what we thought would be an easy jaunt over the dunes to the beach, just to see it at night. And so we decided to walk through it in our flip-flops. Cactus, tough grass. We finally made it after treacherous terrain, falling over. We make it back home. We went a different direction to get back home. We wake up and our wives kind of wonder where we were, and they looked at the sign, and the sign that comes right by the field that we were walking through said, "Beware rattlesnake territory." And just to know that I had a guy that, you know, would walk through rattlesnake country with me. We didn't know it at the time, but just to know he'd do that, man, I knew I had a friend for life there.
Standing tall, all alone with the pain, head in the clouds, closer to rain. First the pride, then the fall. Wiser the way to weather the storm, help from a friend, a man's reborn. What a friend we have. I am blue skies here on out. Clear the air, clear the down. Blue skies here on in. No repeating mistakes again. Gotta live with the man I am. It's true that a light does more good in the dark. In with the night, out with your spark. Gotta shine your light, see it through. It's good to be fair, but don't ever sell out. 'Cause if you're too open-minded, your brains fall out. Been there too. It left a bruise. Blue skies here on out. Clear the air, clear the down. Blue mistakes again. Gotta live with the man I am.
All right, so I'm Claire Boyd, for those of you who don't know me. I've known Ben for over a decade now. Gone to lots of boxcar shows, played lots of shows together over the years, and when everyone was picking what song they were going to do, it was a no-brainer for me. So Ben, I hope I do this justice, but I feel like I'm probably going to at least get the chorus right. So here's Chicago by Ben Morris and the Great American Boxcar Chorus. Doesn't matter where you've been, where you're going matters more. Oh, Chicago, here I come. Better hold me by the door. Can't walk out aloud after all that we've been through. I love this city and the smell. Fast cars and whiskey too. Ain't tough or smart or fast enough to hold me very long. Yeah, still you sing to me like the bird that's in the song. Don't come to Chicago, Johnny. I think they're watching me. Baby, don't come to Chicago. I know you'll take care of me. I don't work with crystal balls, so people I don't know. Even if my time is up, not a chance I'm letting go. Never let nobody down, and I won't be starting now. Let's die the way we live, oh, let's not drag it out. Gonna take a ride with you and go anywhere we choose. Together in this town, with nothing left to lose. Don't come to Chicago, Johnny. I think they're watching me. Baby, don't come to Chicago. I know you'll take care of me. Don't come to Chicago, Johnny. I think they're watching me. Baby, don't come to Chicago. I know you'll take care of me. Happy birthday, Ben. Thank you for many years of friendship and making the music world a better place.
you, Ben. Happy birthday. And here's to living the dream. Sky has not fallen yet. Everything as it seems. It ain't raining $100 bills. I'm still living the dream. Everything I own smells like smoke. But I don't strike a match at all. Second hands treat me like a joke, the butt of living a dream. Sing my song in another dump ain't a good gig, sure ain't a fear. Swallow my pride, swallow this lump. I'll do it till I'm not able. Rest asleep on a couch in a random place. Pillow for a man of means. I don't feeling homes few and far between. The price of living the dream. Addie's monsters and pick-me-ups. Ticking heart, a ticking bomb. The beat of the road, the beat of my blood. I'm living the dream. I just stand in line just to pay your dues. Make every song you write, I have to sing along to. There's a nightmare coming to satisfy you. Sing the blues, I'll sing you the dream. Well, I sing my song in another dump. Ain't a good gig, sure ain't fair. Swallow my pride, swallow this lump. I'll do it till I'm not able. No, no, sky has not fallen yet. Everything as it seems. It ain't raining $100 bills. I'm still living the dream. Sure ain't raining Ben Franklin's down on me, but I am living my dream. Kudos, my friend. Take care. God bless. Gig 'em. Love you, brother.
All right. Well, now, this is from my buddy Ben Morris and all the guys in the Great American Boxcar Chorus. Love you guys. We've been friends for a long time, and when I'm sitting on my chubby ass, resting on my laurels, I know y'all are out there working. You give me inspiration. You're the nicest, sweetest, hard-workingest people in the music business. I can't say enough good things about you. I love you. And I was gonna learn one of your songs, but I think people were fighting over them at a certain point. As everybody wanted to be in on this deal, so I thought I'd just write you one. So it's called the Great American Boxcar Chorus. I hope you like it. I hope it's okay. We'll see how it goes. If you try real hard, squint your eyes, you can see them coming.
down the line. It's a great American boxcar chorus, they're right on time. Train's conducted by old Ben Morris. Hell, Johnny Depp, they're gonna sing a chorus. Rest of them boys gonna dance to the beat of a big red drum. Good times are coming our way. What's the cover I'll be glad to pay? Hard to put a price tag on a one of a kind. Grab a beer, sing a song. You know they can't stay long, 'cause this old train was born to run the line. Well, stoke the fire, give her some sand, stomp your feet, clap your hands, gonna make you slap your old redhead granny. It's a hell of a band. Good times are coming our way. What's a cover I'll be glad to pay? Hard to put a price tag on one of a kind. Grab a beer, sing a song. You know they can't stay long, 'cause this old train was born to run the line. Good times are coming our way. What's a cover I'll be glad to pay? Hard to put a price tag on one of a kind. Grab a beer, sing a song. You know they can't stay long, 'cause this old train was born to run the line. Yeah, this old train was born to run the line. Yeah, this old train was born to run the line. Keep running that line, boys. Love you. God bless. Semper Fi.
Hey, Mr. Ben Morris. Me and the Magic Goats want to wish you a blessed happy birthday. Actually just have one Magic Goat now, and you haven't met him. His name's Willie. Come here, Willie. Say hi. Look. He's getting treats right now. Anyhow, I really miss playing music with you, and whenever this pandemic is over, I hope we all have a big reunion and play tons of music. I hope you have a beautiful birthday and tons of blessings come your way. Happy birthday, Ben. Here's a little song by Guy Clark. It's called Anyhow I Love You. Bad times always seem to keep the change. You've been all alone, so you know what I'm saying. So when all you can't recall is the pain, just you wait until tomorrow when you wake up with me at your side. Found I had a lot about nothing, and I wouldn't treat a treat for the way I feel about you in the morning. Anyhow, I love you. Every day gets just a little bit better, and half the getting there is knowing where I've been before. I'm sure you understand, 'cause I ain't your first man. So when you feel like running for the back door, don't. Just you wait until tomorrow when you wake up with me at your side and find I had a lot lot about nothing. And I wouldn't treat a tree for the way I feel about you in the morning. Anyhow, I love you. Just you wait until tomorrow when you wake up with me at your side. Gonna have a lot about nothing. And I wouldn't treat a tree for the way I feel about you in the morning. Anyhow, I love you.
Now we're rolling? Oh, mercy. Hey, Ben Morris, how's it going, buddy? Sorry we couldn't all meet up in person and do this thing, man. COVID. But I'm gonna play this banger of a song that you wrote, and I'm gonna be throwing this into my usual sets anyway. Well, poor Jimmy's had a heck of a time. Say my better days are few and kinda far behind. I got 2 ex-wives like a bottomless pit. 15 creditors ain't ever gonna quit. 99 problems and the work's about 20. Bump it up to 87. If work means money, gonna move out to the country, hide out in the hills, change my name to Jeremiah and burn up all my bills. Then I'll grow myself a beard so I never tell a bald-faced lie. Ain't been hunting or fishing in way too long. Since T.G. Shepherd had a #1 song. 10-4 on that double barrel 410. Roger that, Roger Miller, your country boy grin. I'm gonna take a book of matches, a hatchet, and a saw. If I can't start a fire, I'm gonna eat my dinner raw. I'm gonna move out to the country, hide out in the hills, change my name to Jebediah and burn up all my bills. Then I'll grow myself a beard so I never tell a bald-faced lie. Myself a beard so I never tell a bald-faced lie. And I grow myself a beard so I never tell a bald-faced lie. There y'all go. Well, Ben, as you can see, I have behind me this gigantic ass bottle of Jaeger. It is empty. It was emptied January 27th of 2008 at Kara and Daniel's house, and it's got all the signatures from all the boxcars at that time. We got Bucky and Kobe and John and Ben Morris, and y'all signed this for me because I'm pretty sure I won that in the drawing that night. I think it was for one of the Songwriters events we did at the Log On, and I won that thing. And we all wound up going to Kara and Daniel's place, and we drained that whole son of a bitch. And I think we wrote a song that night. I'm sure it was terrible. There's no way it could have been any good if we drank all that. But anyway, here's to you, my friend, and all the rest of my friends that are involved in this project. Thanks to Austin for giving me a holler and including me on this. I love y'all. By the way, T.G. Shepherd, I was about to say T. Graham Brown, not the same dude. T.G. Shepherd has not had a #1 song since, I think it was 86. I looked it up. It was either like 84 or 86. Either way, it was pre-Pug Johnson. I wasn't even around. So you ain't fished in a long time, brother. And since you started that song off with a Christofferson quote, I'm gonna play another Christofferson song that you and I used to always quote at one another back in the day. So here you go, brother. Well, it was wintertime in Nashville, down on Music City Road, and I was looking for a place to get myself out of the cold, to warm the frozen feeling that was eating at my soul, keep the chilly wind off my guitar. My thirsty wanted whiskey, my hungry needed beans. But it'd been a month of paydays since I'd heard that eagle scream. So with a stomach full of empty, and a pocket full of dreams, I left my pride and stepped inside a bar. Actually, I guess you'd call it a tavern. Cigarette smoke to the ceiling, sawdust on the floors, friendly shadows. Saw that there was just one old man sitting at the bar, and in the mirror I could see him checking me and the guitar. He turned and said, "Come up here, boy, and show us what you are." I said, "I'm dry." He bought me a beer. He nodded at my guitar and said, "It's a tough life, ain't it?" I just looked at him. He said, "You ain't making any money, are you?" I said, "You've been reading my mail." He said, "Let me see that guitar. I got something you ought to hear." And he laid it on me. If you waste your time talking to the people who don't listen to the things that you are saying, who do you think's gonna hear? And if you should die explaining how the things that they complain about are things they could be changing, who do you think's gonna care? There were other lonely singers in a world turned deaf and blind, who were crucified for what they tried to show. And their voices have been scattered by the swirling winds of time, 'cause the truth remains that no one wants to know. Well, the old man was a stranger, but I'd heard his song before, back when failure had me locked out on the wrong side of the door, when no one stood behind me but my shadow on the floor, and lonesome was more than a state of mind. See, the devil haunts a hungry man. If you don't want to join him, you gotta beat him. I ain't saying I beat the devil, but I drank his beer for nothing, and I stole his song. And you still can hear me singing to the people who don't listen to the things that I am saying, praying someone's gonna hear. And I guess I'll die explaining how the things that they complain about are things they could be changing, hoping someone's gonna care. I was born a lonely singer, and I'm bound to die the same, but I've gotta feed the hunger in my soul. And if I never have a nickel, I won't ever die ashamed, 'cause I don't believe that no one wants to know. Bluegrass that up at the end. All right, well, there you go, Ben. May your voice never be scattered by the swirling winds of time, my friend. God bless you. Tag us out, Mandy Lou.
Nicest guy you'll ever meet. True Christian man. He did a Christian album a couple of years ago that I like quite a bit, and I'm gonna try to do a song off of that one. There's a million colors, a soul of every shade. Everybody's got their story, all welcome in this place. I don't care how you got here, all that matters is you came. So proud to be so different, so proud to be the same. Oh, I love you, what's your name? 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 We've got to get together, scale the walls that separate. We will not stay down, 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 down. We are gonna find a way. Oh, I love you, what's your name? 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 Faith and hope and love are all that remain. Love is greatest and can heal all our pain. Remember who you are and from which you came, and say, oh, I love you, what's your name? 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 What's your name? Love is the greatest. Great song.
I've been fortunate enough to have Ben record 2 of my songs. First one was a good radio hit for us. Got to, I think, number 75 on the Texas charts back in summer of '09. I'm not doing that one. I'm doing the one we still play to this day. Get more requests for this one than the other one. There's an old black Buick Granny used to drive when I was a kid, maybe 4 or 5. Well, she'd drive that tank to the grocery store with the windows down, us grandkids in tow. If I was real good, she'd buy a cola for me, and I would sit there and drink it in the front seat of that old black Buick. Old black Buick. That old black Buick still driving around in my mind. When I turned 16, well, I couldn't wait for my own set of wheels to drive my dates. One day, Daddy said, it's your turn to ride. Threw me the keys, I went for a drive. That big black boat was real good to me. I had a lot of fun in the backseat of that old drive her around a couple times. Driving down a back road, racing around a corner, I lost control. When I came to, there were nothing but lights. Never forget that fateful night, cause as the ambulance drove away with me, yeah, through the back window, wrapped around a tree was that old black Buick. Old black Buick. That old black Buick still driving around in my mind. That old black Buick. Old black Buick. That old black Buick still driving around. I said she's driving around. Yeah, she's driving around in my mind. In my mind. Happy birthday, buddy. Can't wait to share the stage with you again, and let's make some more music together, all right? Peace.
Ben Morris, happy birthday, brother. It's one I found that we had in common. This is for you. Hope this world is treating you as good as you should be treated. Come, my love, let's take a walk. Just a little ways away. While we walk along, we'll talk all about plunged her into drown. I watched her as she floated down. Darling, say that you'll be mine. And in our home we'll have it be down beside where the waters flow, down the banks of the Ohio, turning home between 12 and 1, thinking of the deed I've done. I murdered a girl I love to see, because she would not marry me. And darling, say that you'll be mine. And in our home we'll happy be down beside where the waters flow, down on the bank of the Ohio. Next day as I returning home, I met the sheriff standing in the door. He said, young man, come with me and go down to the banks of the Ohio. Darling, say that you'll be mine. In our home we'll have to be down beside where the waters flow, down on the banks of the Ohio. Hope you have a good one, brother. Take it easy. Can't wait to see you.
Got 40 rows of hay, and that's not all. I got 40 rows of hay, and that's not all. Got 40 rows of hay, and that's not all. It's all for me. I got no cows that eat the hay, and that's not all. Got a fiddler in the band, he's my friend. Got a fiddler in the band, he's my friend. I got a fiddler in the band until we get to drinking then. Got no fiddler in the band, won't let us friend. And the cars all look the same on that train. And the cars all look the same on that train. And the cars all look the same, 'cause it's a driving me insane. And they're talking to my brain, leave me alone. I got a brand new straw hat on my head. I got the brand new straw hat on my head. Oh, I got the brand new straw hat that it keeps my face from turning red. Whiskey made me mean, and that's why I quit. Whiskey made me quit, and now vodka gives me fits. How that whiskey makes me mean, leave me alone. And 30 rolls of hay, and that's not all. Got 40 rolls of hay, and that's not all.
All right, Ben, happy birthday, buddy. This is one of my favorite songs of yours, off of one of my favorite albums of yours. Actually, one of my favorite albums ever. This is My Own, off the There Is No Fun in Funeral. Underrated, Vinyl Willie, sunflower seeds, and rockabilly, stumbling over conversations, birds and bees. Them things people always tend to go in threes. Crawfish boils, barbecue dinners, banjos and songs, pickers and grinners. I will never bend my strings the way they do, but I'm content to be the lesser of the two. When I get down or aggravated, surround myself with small vacations. Take comfort in the things that feel as real as home. Roll up my sleeves, put my hands in the dirt, and pepper my life with the salt of the earth. I'm proud that I don't make it on my own. Bright-eyed nephew seems caffeinated, a 4-year-old super elated. A branding toy can make a little person prance. Just cause we're older doesn't mean we shouldn't dance. It's talks of Texas and my grandparents write my song. Try not to
are wasted. Stand on your coffee table, shout it in my boots. Every ounce it is my heart, my soul, my roots. When I get down or aggravated, surround myself with small vacations. Take comfort in the things that feel as real as home. Roll up my sleeves, put my hands in the dirt. I pepper my life with salt of the earth. I'm proud, but I don't make it on my own. Ben Morris and Jesus, my two favorite people. Ben made a promise under a steeple. Don't you ever take off that golden ring. Forever ain't gonna be no short-term kind of thing, boy. When I get down or aggravated, surround myself with small vacations. What do? Take comfort in the things that feel as real as home. Roll up them sleeves, put my hands in the dirt. Pepper my life with the salt of the earth. I'm proud. I sure use a lot of help. I'm proud. It's coming from somewhere else. I'm proud. But I don't make it on my own. No, I don't make it on my own. Say I don't make it on my own.
Everywhere I go, you know everywhere I go, you are here now with me. Every word I say, you know every step I take, you are here, Lord, always near, Lord. You love me at sunrise, you love me at night. Your love for me is larger than life. Your grace higher than mountains, fall on me like the snow. Your love is everywhere I go. Every night and day, even when I walk away, you are calling me to come back. I thought I was alone, turning back toward my home. You knew everything, still came running to me. With your grace higher than mountains, fall on me like the snow. Your love is everywhere I go. You love me at sunrise, I'm never Lazy grace, shine, lazy grace, on me shine, amazing everywhere I go, you know everywhere I go, you are here now with me.
Do you mind if I pull up? Stool here beside you. Can see we're both weary from the push and the pull. We don't have to talk much. Say it all with your kind eyes. Go ahead, tap your toe, friend. I'll sing you some tunes. From the cradle to casket, our first step till our last breath. Some things we hold on to, and some we let go. Lay down your burdens. I'll hold your hand, brother. Cradles to caskets, never too far from home. I'll cry when you leave us for my own selfish reasons. My eyes will get misty each time I think of you. Better for knowing that you won't be hurting, and I'm better for sharing a few songs with you. From the cradle to casket, our first step till our last breath. Some things we hold on to, and some we let go. Lay down your burden. I'll hold your hand, brother. Cradles to caskets, never too far from home. One more thing while you're leaving, something you can take with you. The love of our family, we're part of with you. stand firm here long after you're gone. From the cradle to casket, our first step till our last breath. Some things we hang on to, and some we let go. Lay down your burdens, I'll hold your hand, brother. Cradles the caskets, never too far from home. Thanks, Ben.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, well, Abraham Lincoln's just a piece of copper tonight. Cast aside in the well, he's sinking, wishing while it's falling down. They won't take him math and pay for me nothing to the cook machine. And Jimmy crack corn, and he still cares. You can kill a man but not a dream. Never count the cost, it will keep it, nothing worth having's free. When the reaper comes creeping, now you're holding what you really need. Well, you can't take it with you when you go where you're going. It might burn anyway. Don't let the last check you write me hot cash out and let them keep the change. He's tall, so tall, you can't see him, scuffing more from the way. And God with trust so firm, so well, still believes he has a prayer. There's a nickel and dime, give him half the death, but it's bigger than a mustard seed. It's worth it because someone who cares. It's cheaper if you just believe. Never count the cost, it would keep him nothing but having free. When the reaper comes creeping, I ain't holding what you really need. They can't take it with you when you go where you're going. It might burn anyway. Don't let the last check you write me hot cash out and never keep the change. Hey, change makes sense, make a difference before the hearse hauls you away. It won't take much if you pay attention, you only keep what you give away. They'll count the cost, 'cause it worth keeping, nothing worth having's free. When the reaper comes a creeping, he won't get a red cent from me. Hey, you can't take it with you where you go and where you're going. It might burn anyway. Don't let the last check you write me hot cash out and never keep the change. Don't let the last check you write me hot cash out and never keep the change. Change, change, cash out and never keep the change. Brother Ben Morris, love you, amigo. Happy celebration.
Hey Ben, we want to wish you a happy birthday, man.
Hey, Ben.
Wish we could all be partying together, but maybe next time. Anyway, here's a song I'll do for you. There's an old black beauty granny used to drive back where I was, 405. Drive that tank to the grocery store, the windows down, grandkids on toes. If I was real good, she'd buy a cola for me. I sit there and drink it right in the front seat of that old black beauty. That old black beauty. That old black beauty. That old black beauty. That old black beauty is still driving around in my mind. When I turned 16, 17, I couldn't wait. My own set of wheels to drive my day. One day Daddy said it's your turn to drive. He threw me the keys, went for a ride in that old black Buick. That old black Buick. Yeah, that old black Buick. Yeah, that old black Buick. That old black Buick is still driving around in my mind. Pickle legs. Well, late one night, headed down a back road, racing around a corner, man, I lost control. When I came to, there was nothing but lies. I'll never forget that fateful night. The ambulance rode away with me through the back window, wrapped around a tree. Was that old black Buick? That old black Buick. That old black Buick. That old black Buick. That old black Buick is still driving around in my mind. And that old black Buick is still driving around in my mind. Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, man.
I don't tell stories very well, so it's trying hard to rattle off things that come to me. Ben's style of writing is unlike any other style I know. That's a good thing and a bad thing because it's unexpected, and it's in the unexpected moments you find backbeats that you wouldn't have, know to appreciate, or passion that comes from a clever pun or some kind of Benism that he comes from the title, whether it be a Lady and the Tramp, Baleen. I think he's just got a style that really lends itself to being honest, being genuine, and really appreciates life. And hopefully you can see he's humble, and he always is looking out for the best interests of other people. You don't get that very often in music. You get a lot of people that are very high and mighty about themselves and very pious, but man, I think knowing Ben, he's always going to put you first, and he's going to listen to you, hear your heart, and really have your back no matter what. So, happy birthday, Ben.
Howdy, everybody. My name is Ben Morris, and wow, man, this really blows my mind. I am so honored and humbled to have had so many great friends and songwriters perform my songs, and man, I am just very thankful. I want to say thank you to Austin and Ethan, my wife, everybody, for just making me feel super special. And now I want to get in on the fray. It's my birthday party. It's my virtual birthday party, and I'll sing if I want to. So I'll do a little song. Actually, it's about 9 or 10 years old now. It's fitting. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to me. Thank you, everybody. It's a great day indeed. Happy birthday to me. A smile I will not waste over things that I can't change. All this good surrounding me is catching up with me. It's a great day indeed. Happy birthday to me. Another year has come and gone, but this one takes the cake. Blow out the candles, but not a wish for nothing more. I like the way things are right now. It's a great day indeed. Happy birthday to me. A smile I will not waste over things I can't change. All this good surrounding me is catching up with me. It's a great day indeed. Happy birthday to me. They say the world is spinning straight to hell, and we're living in hard times. But this depression, it ain't as big as how I feel. Today I come alive again and again. It's a great day indeed. Happy birthday to me. A smile I will not waste over things I can't change. All this good surrounding me is catching up with me. It's a great day indeed. Happy birthday to me. All this bruising will leave you black and blue, but the scars you carry, do not let them carry you. It's a great day indeed. Happy birthday to me. A smile I will not waste over things that I can't change. All this good surrounding me is catching up with me. It's a great day indeed. Happy birthday to me. It's a great day indeed. Happy birthday to me. Thank you all very much. Thank you for being my friend and celebrating my birthday and making me feel like $1 million. I love you all. Thank you. You could have chose to stay away. We could have stayed apart, but instead you came to me and you shared a piece of your heart. You shook my hand and we called it good. And I just know in time, oh, the things that we will build, oh, the mountains that we're gonna climb. I just hope one day that I can return all the love you've shown to me. Thank you for being such a good friend to me. You've seen me through some thick and thin. You've seen me at my low. You gave to me your best, and how will I? Well, I just don't know. I could have been a better friend. I could have been a little more kind. All of the things you set aside, thank you for taking the time. And I just hope one day that I can return all the love you've shown to me. Thank you for being such a good friend to me. You've seen me through thick and you've seen me through thin. You've seen me at my low. Oh, I just hope one day that I can return all the love you've shown to me. Thank you for being such a good friend to me. Thank you for being such a good friend to me. Thank you.